and welcome to Chair Yoga. It's the end of the week. We are about to just let go of some of this tension that we've been carrying all week. There's a lot going on in the world, and we need to ground. We need to rest a bit. So we need to move some stuff out of our bodies as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and slide to the back of your chair and have your feet flat on the floor, please. And just relax. Just feel yourself kind of just settle into the back of your chair. Feel yourself settle into the seat of your chair. Let your eyes close. Let your breath just start to relax a bit. Sometimes when we're anxious or activated, sometimes it's a good or a bad thing, but sometimes when that happens, the breath is forced. We're forcing the inhale or we're forcing the exhalation. So just try to relax that effort, trusting that the breath is autonomous. You don't have to control it, it does it on its own. Let go. And I want you to tap into how you're feeling right now. And there might be a broad range of emotions or mind states that you might be occupying right now. And I want to know, or I want you to feel into, is there any, even just a sliver of calm or settledness or relaxedness, even just a hair part of you that is already feeling soft, that's already feeling the way that you want to feel. And it's not that we're negating everything else you're feeling. We're just allowing ourselves to be with the part or the region of your mind that is already feeling spacious and calm and settled. It's good to remind ourselves that when we're in moments of anxiety or intenseness, that while that may be true, it's not all that we are. There's often more there. There's often sometimes even a contradicting experience that's also happening. So we'll use our practice today to help deepen into that awareness of that aspect of you that's already calm and satisfied. So go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath and let your awareness come on back. And go ahead and slide to the edge of your seat. And to start today, we're actually going to have the knees a bit wider apart. So a little bit wider than your shoulders, heels stacking underneath the knees and toes pointing outward so that we have a nice stable base. And that'll be for a posture that's coming up here in a few minutes, but just getting us ready. So go ahead and relax your arms down by your sides and we'll get the shoulders warmed up a bit here. So with your next inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and lift them all the way up. And then exhale, release the arms down. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, release them down. We're going to do that a few more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Let's make this a bit more dynamic now. So lifting the arms overhead, inhale. With your exhale, sweep the arms out to the side and bring yourself to fold halfway forward. And then use the strength of your back to lift yourself back up, reach the arms up, keep the spine lifted, and then just release the arms down. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take the arms out to the side and fold halfway forward, chest parallel to the ground or thereabouts. And then inhale, come back up, reach up, and arms come down. We'll do that a few more times. Reaching the arms up, inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips, come halfway forward. Then strengthen the back, lift back up, reach the arms up, and take the arms on down. Reaching up, inhale, folding halfway forward, coming up, arms down. Let's do one more time, all right? Reach up, exhale, fold halfway, lift back up, and arms relax on down. Take an adjusting breath, feeling the shoulders relax a bit. And then keeping the knees a bit wider than your shoulders, go ahead and with your hands on your knees, fold forward as far as you can. Good. And so I think all of you have done this with me before, but I'll walk through the stages a little bit. But we're just going to start to swing the spine from side to side, moving one half of the chest to its thigh, moving the other side to its thigh, and just kind of swinging back and forth here. Now, depending on your body, you may need to widen the knees a bit more, but only do so if you can stay stable. And just swing from side to side. Let the spine be loose like a noodle. Swinging. Taking deep breaths as we do this here. Just inviting any tension around the spinal column to start to let go. And of course, we're still getting warmed up here, so this doesn't have to be your most expressive version of this exercise, but do just move the spine around a bit here. And there's no wrong way to do it. It can be a more subtle movement, or it could be a big, expressive twisting and swaying of the spine. Take a deeper breath if you haven't done so in a moment. About two more big breaths here. Swing, swing, swing. And then just fold and center now. Let the chin drop in towards your throat. Now, if you want to, you can just hang the head here if this is feeling good for you. If it's all right for you, you can start to shake the head around a bit. Maybe nod the head or shake the head or both. Just moving the head loosely, inviting tension in the head and neck to just start to work its way off of the spine. And deep breaths. And again, this can be a subtle movement. This can be a bigger movement. It's up to you. Do what feels good. Do what feels intuitive here. Just another breath or two. And now if you're moving the head around, go ahead and stop. Open your eyes and just stare at a point. Take a couple breaths. The world stops spinning. And then go ahead and carefully lift yourself up to a tall spine. We've been folding forward for a bit, so the blood might need to resettle. So just take a few moments to take some deep breaths. If you're feeling a little dizzy, just focus the eyes to a single non-moving point and breathe as you stare at that point. Yeah, I love that one so much, even though it makes me a little dizzy sometimes. But I can feel right now just a softness in my neck or It's like circulation. It's just like there's some freedom back there for the first time in a little bit. So you might be sensing that, you might not, but it's an option. All right, so the next thing that we'll do is we'll bring the knees into the closer position, about hip width apart. Again, heels stacking underneath the knees. So you can keep facing forward. We're going to do some spinal flexes, but we're going to do them just a hair differently than we do all the time. So you're going to lift your arms overhead. With your exhale, you're going to bend the elbows. So the elbows are coming down to like cactus arms. Think about your shoulder blades. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now turn the hands back behind you and take the elbows forward, and you feel the shoulder blades press into the mid-spine, bringing you into a spinal flex. Good. Now we did that rather slowly. We'll pick up the pace a little bit this time. So inhale, reach up, maybe back a little bit. Then exhale, bring the shoulder blades together, elbows out to the side, cactus arms, turn the chest toward the ceiling. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale again, cactus arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together, turn the chest to look up. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, coming into the cactus arm spinal flex. Keep moving on your breath, reaching up, inhale. Exhale, bending the elbows. And it's good to note here that you don't want to throw this all into your lower back. The lower back stays pretty steady here or pretty flat. It's really just the turning of the upper body toward the ceiling. Reaching up, inhale. Cactus arms, exhale. Let's do two more. Good, and then coming into the pose this time, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Turn the hands back behind you, bring the elbows forward, feel the scapula, the shoulder blades pressing into the mid-spine, turn the chest toward the ceiling, and let's take a few more breaths. Good, reach up, inhale, and exhale, release the arms on down. Good, feeling sensation for a moment. And I feel like after that one, we just need to come into a forward fold for a moment. So go ahead and hinge at the hips and just fold over the legs. Feel the back of the back of the body lengthen a bit here. And take some deep breaths. Just helping to counterpose that last exercise. Good. All right. Come back up. Inhale. All right. So moving the feet again, we're going to take the knees about shoulder width or slightly wider apart, heels stacking underneath the knees, toes pointing outward. We're going to come into an open twist. So bring your right hand directly in front of you, thumb pointing upward. Then bring the hand down between the knees and brace the back of your right hand into the side of your right knee or thigh. Take your left hand onto your left hip. Take a deep breath in, feel the spine grow. Then exhale, roll the left shoulder back, press the back of the right hand into the thigh, press the thigh into the hand, and maybe even turn your chin to look behind you as well, feeling some rotation in the spine. Breathe here. With every inhale, you'll feel more length in your spine. With every exhale, wrap the left chest back behind you a bit more. Now, as you do all of this, try to keep the hips grounded on your chair. Breathe. Good. All right. Go ahead and unwind. Come back to center. Feel sensation for a moment. Whew. Good. Let's go ahead and prep to do the other side now. So left hand forward, thumb pointing upward. We'll bring the hand down between the knees and brace it against the side of your left knee or thigh. Right hand on the right hip this time. Inhale, feel length in the spine. And exhale, roll the right shoulder back, twist to look behind you. And you're pressing the back of the hand into the side of the knee. They're pressing into each other, giving you a bit more leverage to twist deeper here. Now, as I mentioned on the first side, with every inhale, you'll feel more length in the spine. And every exhale, think about wrapping the right chest behind you. And just another breath or two here. And then inhale carefully, unwind, feel sensation. I feel like sometimes all we need is a good twist. Good. So keeping the knees wider apart, let's work with some lateral movements. So take your left forearm or elbow and just kind of brace down on top of the left thigh or knee. And depending on where those go, it just depends on the proportions of your body. Take the right hand onto the right hip, and then go ahead and roll the right shoulder back. This is much like the pose we just did. And we're just going to take it a step further. So go ahead and extend your right arm out to the side, turn the palm toward the ceiling, and then go ahead and reach that right arm up and over as if it's reaching out over your left toes. Now think about rolling the right shoulder back a bit more here. And if it's too much on your neck to look up, you can look forward instead. Try to keep the right hip on the chair. Deep breaths. Reach. And then go ahead and come back up to a tall spine. Feel sensation once again. These asymmetrical postures are wonderful because you can get a direct before and after shot of how things are feeling. So we do want to balance that out. Let's go ahead and prep for the other side. Bring your right forearm or elbow down onto your right thigh or knee. Left hand on the left hip to start. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, roll the left shoulder back. Good. And then extend the left arm behind you. Turn the palm toward the ceiling. And then reach that arm up and over, extending out over your right toes. Good. Now, as you get settled here, again, think about rolling the left shoulder back. Think about grounding the left hip bone onto your chair. It's almost like you're reaching in both directions. The hip is reaching down and the fingers are reaching out to the side. Deep breaths, feeling this length. Staying for just a couple more breaths. Keep the left hip grounding. Good. And then come back up. Again, feel what's going on inside of your body as we start to loosen things up a bit. All right, so just a couple more postures. All right, we're going to bring the feet back into the narrower stance, about hip width apart. And you're going to try to keep the spine as tall as possible here. We're going to be bringing a knee in toward the chest. And sometimes when we do that, we want to round the back in order to compensate to get it higher. It's better to hold the knee down here with a flat back then to bring it all the way up and be tucking. Okay, so tall spine is a key here. But go ahead and grab hold of your right knee or thigh and draw it up as far as you can. So some of you might be able to hold just below the knee and draw it up. Actually, it can work as a leverage point to actually draw the heart a little bit taller. If that's not working for you, you can hold behind the thigh near the knee and pull it up a bit more here. That brings it not as high, but that might be more accessible for some of you. So breathe here. Take the shoulders down the back. Heart is lifting. You'll see why we're doing this here in just a moment. Good. And then carefully place the right foot back down. Let's try the other side now. Again, holding behind the thigh or holding below the knee. Make a connection, draw the knee up, and sit up tall. And one thing that I'm realizing I'm instinctually doing here that I probably should tell you about is I'm flexing the left foot. I'm pulling the toes back. This just helps to protect the ankle and the knee joint. So my body has learned how to do that on its own so, over years of practicing yoga. So it just does it on its own now, but might be good for you to know about it too. Keep the heart lifting. Let's stay for one more breath. And then carefully place that foot on down. So you may want to watch me do this first. I'm going to bring the right knee back up as I had it before, and I'm going to hold onto the right knee with my left hand. And so this is either below the knee or behind the thigh, depending on how high you get it. Doesn't matter, just as long as the foot's coming off the ground a little bit here. So for me, I'm going to hold below the knee, and I'm sitting up tall. And then I'm going to take my right hand behind me onto the back of my chair. If you can't reach back that far, that's okay. You can hold on to the side of your chair. And I'm going to sit up tall, and then I'm going to roll the right shoulder back, and I'm actually hugging the leg toward my body a little bit to get me a bit of a deeper twist here. Okay, so let's do that all together. Lift the right knee, make your connection either behind the thigh or below the knee, sit up tall. Good, and then keep holding on to the knee with the left hand. Take the right hand onto the chair, depending on which position you want it. Then sit up tall again and roll the left shoulder back, pull the knee toward your body. Look behind you if you can. And it's just a little bit deeper of a twist, and you might feel it down into your hips, like down into your lower back, your sacrum. Staying for one more breath. And inhale, carefully unwind and place that knee down. There's one thing to be aware of when we twist. A lot of times in this class, at least, we do a lot of twisting and we get the upper back a bit more mobilized, but sometimes the hips need some love too. So this just helps us to get into there. So go ahead and bring your left knee up, again, holding behind the knee or behind the thigh. It's up to you. Sit up tall. Hold on to the left knee with the right hand. Left hand comes onto the chair somewhere behind you. Sit up tall. And then exhale, roll the left shoulder back. Twist. Looking behind you, drawing the knee in toward your body or squeezing it toward the midline. And breathe. Staying for about 2 more breaths. And then inhale, carefully unwind and place that foot on down. Good. Now, for our last posture, we're just going to come back into one of our simpler forward folds. So knees are hip width apart. Just fold the body down over the thighs. Relax the arms toward the floor, or you keep them on the knees. And just take a few breaths here, a nice symmetrical fold. All right, inhale, come back up. Hmm, lovely. Okay, let's spend the last few minutes we have together in a meditation, sliding comfortably to the back of your chair, feet on the ground. And as always, you could sit up tall here, or you could just relax into the back of your chair. Do whatever feels like it's going to support you the most in this moment. Let your eyes close. Taking a few deep breaths in and out, just feeling whatever's there for you in your body. It might be an energetic awareness. You might feel like you have more energy or you feel calmer. There might be a mental awareness that your mind feels a bit different than it did a half an hour ago. No expectations, just awareness. Now, as your breath relaxes again, I'd like you to become aware of the movement of your abdomen. The inhale, the belly expands, and exhale, the belly relaxes. Other parts of your body might be moving, but just notice and be with the movement of your abdomen. Now, as you're relaxing the breath down into the belly, you might notice tension there, ripping or hardening around the abdomen. See if you can soften that tension or effort. It's as if with each exhalation, you're peeling back another layer of tension. Just a few more breaths in this practice, softening the abdomen. And when you're ready, please take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms together, rub them together, and take those heated palms over your eyes, brushing over the top of your head and down your neck, welcoming yourself back to your space. Hmm. Thank you all so much for being here and sharing in this practice. As always, I hope it serves you well. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you next time. Take care.